going to make sure that we get a good view for you guys here. Okay, what we have are snap ring pliers. These can open up the snap rings, and they also can hole punch your weights, and they can also cut your weights. So these have multiple purposes. What I'm going to do here, if you don't have pre-measured out lengths already, you're going to get a tape measure, and I have a chart for you. I'll go ahead and show you the chart here now. Now you can see on the chart I carry in my box also has the lengths on my box here. So all I have to do is measure out the first one. Let's knock these down here. You can see the different sizes that I have. I've got 5s, 4s, 3s, more 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, and 1s. And the 7s and 6s are what I've used the most. And so these are the ones that we're going to be cutting today. So I'm going to do some 6s because there are no 6s left whatsoever. Let's stretch this 3/4 ounce lead weight out. I think I have another pack in there. You straighten that out, and you're going to get it on your chart here to 0.6, which is exactly 2 inches long. So this is a really easy size to remember. It's very common. In 0.6, you're just going to go right here after you line it up and leave a little bit right here for that pinch. I'm going to go to right here. That's 1. Now what you're going to do, instead of just cutting these one at a time, we're going to go ahead and keep going. So take that line up to 6 again and do it again. And straighten it out, that way you're getting more of a true length here. You're not going to end up with a 7. The importance of this is if you have a size that works and those fish are swimming at a certain height due to barometric pressures, you're going to want to be able to have everybody use that same weight, because even a 1/16 of a bit of difference could put that in a different place where the fish are swimming and one person's getting fish and the other's not. This weight and your setup make a huge difference in how this whole game is going to play out, guys. So it's very important to follow those pressures. If you don't have the means or phone to follow pressures, if you're not getting bites and you know there's fish in there, then definitely switch up and get yourself into a different zone so that the fish will smack at it. And they don't always want to swim up off the bottom or out from behind stuff to smack at your gear, especially if the pressure is bad and their air bladders are making them feel yucky. I know I said yucky, so grow up and quit picking on me. So I'm going to do a bunch of 6s, and then what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to pre-measure my 6s out, okay? Then we're just going to slide this weight along, and what we're going to do is just go right back through here and get your pliers and go to that line. Make sure you cut right on that line. In this case, I've got a little container. I'm going to drop these in, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, now you've got your weights all measured out. These are all 6s. A lot of times what I'll go through and I'll do 5s, 6s, and 8s and put them all in here because we're going to hole punch them, and when you hole punch them, it's all the same difference. So let's go do a squish and come back and do the hole punch project. Make sure you wear gloves. This stuff is not good for you. It's very poisonous. I don't like using pliers because when you're pinching a lot, it's very difficult to use a pair of pliers. Your hands get pretty sore. You're just going to go into your vise if you have one and just get it just about a 1/4 inch on there like that, and you're going to get this tight right to about there, and then just give it a couple of turns till it stops. You don't force it too much. You don't want to pancake it too far. You want it to have some meat so it can still grab that swivel really well. Get it snug. It only takes half a turn, another quarter turn, so not even quite one full revolution. And I get it to about right here is really where you need it. Doesn't have to be any thinner than that. Cameras are synced. You can see that I've pinched this down about that much in order to get that swivel in there. So you've got them about like this, and that's going to give you that perfect amount of room. And these are going to be number 6s. So all we have to do is go on here, and I'll put a 6 on there. If you're not sure and that wipes off, all you have to do is flip this over, put it on your chart like this, and you can double check to see what size you've got. And there you go. You got 2 inches, which is 0.6 ounces. So we're gonna go like this. Slide this aside. This is important. Keep these little pieces that come out of here cleaned up. You don't want your dogs, your pets, or kids getting a hold of this stuff. Is very poisonous. Actually, what I like to do is do this with the pin facing down so you can see where it's lined up at. And I'm gonna take this and get it in the corner on one side or the other. Not directly in the middle, but more towards a corner. And you just go like this, you punch it, and it pops right out, just like that. And all you have to do is take your swivel. Whoa, this is an old swivel. Not a good one, it's all rusted up. You're gonna take your swivel and you're gonna clip it on just like that. And it will flop on there, no problem. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do those. I'll do another one for you here. Again, I use the hole punch side and put it on the top so you can see where it's lining up at. I have that little red mark in the corner right there. You can see how it's right on that corner. Punch, and you're good. Go through, line it up, punch, and you're good. See, once you get this process set up, it's pretty easy to have your kids or wife do it while you're out drinking beer. I mean, it's pretty easy for you to sit down and do it while you're watching the kids while your wife goes out and drinks beer. Okay, so this has been one of the best tip testing tricks that we've done in 2023. We use these on bobbers. I use this on drift setups now, and it's so much less snaggy. It will either break here or that swivel will open up and you get all of your gear back without fear of snagging on the bottom. You're able to play with the bottom with these kind of setups. You can drift the bottom and bobber dog no problem without worrying about losing your setup. And same thing with drift fishing. You're able to cast one after another without getting snagged on the bottom. An example of one that's probably too thin here, guys. That'll break pretty easy. I'll still use it, but it'll probably break pretty easy. So what I'll end up doing is taking the pliers, and you can pinch it with pliers if you're on the river like this, just like that, and give it a punch. That's how these pliers are used. But you can see if you're doing that by hand and trying to pinch 20, 30, or for me, I try and do 60 or 70 just so I have them for other people. Your hands are going to get a little bit tired. So these pliers are great. They're handy to have. These are my in-shop ones. They're my old ones. I've got some better ones that I have out there that aren't too rusted up. Keep some lubricant on here to keep them from rusted up. These were out in my saltwater boat for a while, so they got kind of yucky. And now there's some in-house stuff. So now I've got some number 6s to put into my bin here. And again, be very careful of these little lead pieces. Make sure you wear gloves and put these in the garbage so your pets and kids do not get to this stuff. Definitely an adult. Yeah, another nice fish, you guys. That one's not tight. make sure when you subscribe, you hit the notifications in the settings on YouTube and on the device that you're watching.